Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So it seems like people are starting to wake up and understand the concept of debt and how it could be a burden on you if you don't grab the bull by the horns and use cash. Because remember, cash rules, and everything else just puts you in slavery. So before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, share this with friends and family, and don't forget to hit that notification bell at the end. So here we go. So this is by Yahoo Finance. Afterpay CEO, huge surge away from credit to debit cards as consumers keep spending. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought changes to almost every aspect of daily life, including how many consumers choose to shop and spend their money. And to me, it seems like consumers are actually taking this to a whole new level where years ago, using the debit card was a no-no. But now they realize that when you use your debit card, is actually the money you have. So if you don't have the money, you don't spend it. So with many consumers turning to online shopping and ramping up for frequency of web-based buying after Pay, co-CEO Nick Monar said his company has been at the epicenter of a massive shift toward debit card usage, mirroring other macro trends. And this is also true. This is one of the trends that I've been using for years. I know many people talk about how you shouldn't use a debit card, but think about it. A debit card is your money. A credit card is not your money, right? So if you can, and if you don't really need to use a credit card in case of emergency, why not use your debit card? You know that you have the money in your account, so why not use that instead of at the end of the month you have to pay someone because you owe them money that you used, right? So we've seen a huge surge globally to debit card usage away from credit cards. Menard told Yahoo Finance in an interview this week, debit cards had double-digit positive year-on-year growth, whereas credit cards had a negative double-digit year-on-year growth, which is good because that means that people are becoming more smarter, more wiser, and realizing that all credit does is just keeps you in debt where you can't have an opportunity to actually build wealth, right? The buy now, pay later company data coincided with recent figures from the Federal Reserve, which noted a remarkable drop in credit card balances. Yeah, this is no longer the 1920s, okay? This is no longer living off of IOUs. This is no longer living off of credit. This is 2021. People are starting to wise up and people are trying to build wealth. And only way you do that is to stay out of debt, which noted a remarkable drop in credit card balance across the board in first quarters of 2021. And as the virus raged last year, lockdown Americans paid off credit debt in record amounts, which has helped send the average credit score soaring, which is good because that means that now you can use that as a leverage where if you want to buy a home or buy a car or you want to start your own business, now you have much better credit, you look more responsible, and you can use that as a way to build your wealth. Afterpay's experience bolsters the idea that when it comes time to pay, consumers are increasingly more likely to reach a debit than a credit card. Indeed, about 90% of Afterpay consumers are linking their accounts to the former rather than the later. Menard told Yahoo Finance he also suggests there's some hesitancy from consumers to use their payment options as checkout. Consumers believe they will be hit with an interest charge. Yes, they will if they choose to use their credit card, and then depending on that interest rate, you remember the longer it takes, the more you have to pay back because that interest is or could be much larger, which cause you to pay even more in the end result, right? So if you can avoid interest rates, then that's another way to help build your wealth, because you're not using that extra money that you have towards your interest rates, right? If they pay back on time, but that's not the case, the company actually charges the retailer a smaller fee. Well, if it's small or large, it's a fee that you can avoid, right? So, however, Afterpay does perform credit checks and will report negatively activity on the consumer's account, which may result in a hit to their credit score. Just like with any other source of credit, this includes things like late or missed payments, defaults, or chargebacks. So, if you don't use credit, why? How could they pay or charge you a fee if you don't use your credit card? If you're not missing payments, if you're using your debit card, then you're not missing payments on your credit card because you're not using it. So how could they charge you a fee uh, or a late fee? So retailers are seeing a boost in their revenue by using their service, the CEO stated, which in some cases has accounted for 10 to 30% of sales value, according to Menard. All right, so tell me what you think. Do you think this is going into the right way of building wealth by using your debit card, or should people continue using credit? So put your comment down below and have a great day.